Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to this Let's Play of Surviving Mars. Let's load the end of the last saved game, which was episode number 5. That of course makes this episode number 6.
Research complete.
Sweet. So as part of episode number 6, we're of course on planet here. We just completed some research, it looks like. So we got 2 empty slots at the moment. Now I've got a quest here that basically wants me to basically get through all of this relatively quick, or at least went through the technology tree relatively quickly. So I really need to focus on some of the cheaper ones to at least get that particular target met. Alright, let's accelerate the clock slightly. Let's see, is there a home button? Well, actually, I kind of hope there was a home button, but it doesn't look like there is. Let's go back to our base. As you can see, we got our various different spacecrafts here. Now this one comes with 10 drones, as you can see. And these drones I'm just going to reallocate to the various different stations here. Okay, still got 5 left here. One of the things, of course, I want to basically build here is, of course, also a nice fuel depot. Fuel depot, of course, allows me to get fuel here a lot quicker. Looks like these drones are actually operating from there, which is great. Let's allocate them to there.
Meteor incoming.
Really? Where? Meteor incoming? I'd love to be able to see it, but I don't see it. Where? You can expect to be able to see it on this particular overview here. Now, is there some kind of defense I can build for that?
Anomaly analyzed.
Okay, maybe not. The Explorer is up there. Now I do want to basically, of course, charge it up again. So set it to basically go with that particular task. Now I want to basically, of course, get this particular resource here open up, explored. It's the RC rover, and this is another RC rover. I've got 2 of them. That's of course great. Now I do want to make sure, of course, that we get some power here. But let's first off basically start by maybe building here something that would be quite useful. Think, for example, of a dome. As you can see, this would be a nice position here. Now, do I maybe want to position it slightly further to the north? I could do. Yeah, that would work out quite well, but basically I'm losing some of the potentially usable area there. So if I position it here, or even here, I would basically have access to a lot more terrain that I could potentially do something with. So yeah, let's do it in that fashion. Let's get all of those connections built up there. And also get the pipes extended. So we got ourselves that dome here. Now, is it within the range of that location? It is barely within the range, isn't it? Just barely. I probably should have accounted for that slightly better, but it is easily within the range of this particular location here. Now, this one here is ready to depart. I've still got a few drones on there. Let's take those drones and actually allocate them to here. Alright, let's find those drones here quickly. That one allocating to there. And there should be a final one over there. Come on, little man. I'll pick you up there. Perfect. So this one can launch and head back to Earth. Good. Now, this particular dome has sufficient capacity for more people. So I could potentially get another ship to actually land here. Now I've got 0 drones on board of this one, as you can see. It's purely for people. And as you can see, it just is waiting to refuel, is what it says. Pretty sure I gave this one orders to basically launch, and yeah, there we go, it's launching now. This one is abandoned. Let's clear that out. How much of a deposit is there still here? There's about 500 or so still here. That's at least what it says. The question is, how do I actually exploit that? How do I get that out of there? Well, I guess that's something we're going to have to look into, isn't it? I guess that's something we're going to have to look into. Lots of food storage here, as you can see, and it's yeah, filling up quite nicely. I also have some food storage here, and again, there's quite a bit of material already there, so great. Now this dome is steadily filling up. As you can see, there is a nice stockpile of materials here forming. Polymers, metals, concrete, and so forth. Now one of the things I do also want to build here, of course, is one of those new production sites. Rare metal extractors. That should, of course, get straight into there. Of course, that does require power. So this one here, I'm just going to move it over slightly. I'm going to go back to the power production here and actually going to hook that up to this particular location here. Nice.
Cable fault reported.
Look at those numbers of drones. They're all moving into there to, of course, submit all of those materials there. So there are little pads created there to basically submit all materials that are required. Metals, machine parts, you name it. Here we basically have average morale. Now this is a machine part factory. It hasn't actually got the full complement of people on there yet. But let's actually go back to Earth and let's actually look at a passenger ship itself. So what kind of specialities do I want? I can of course get people with no speciality. Rocket capacity is 12. Matching colonists is 6, it said. So let's clear up at least the ones with no specialization. Perks. Yeah, basically set a few of them to be approved. Let's maybe set this one to be preferential as well. So I basically got my nice pick here. Let's go to the second page. Fit, rugged. Yeah, also a good trait. Party animal, not really, but yeah. Let's go back here and actually launch that. So we got a new rocket full of passengers on the way here. And this one's almost refueled. And as you can see, that dome is nicely filling up here. So again, we're going to basically be able to fill this up with of course, residences for people. You name it. Now one of the things I do want to do is I've got still about 14 billion in terms of funding. I can actually get a nice, I was going to say cargo rocket, but it looks like all of our rockets are in motion. Now is that correct? Where are all of our rockets? I've got one rocket here and there's 2 of them en route. So number 1, number 2, that here is courage number 1. So where's the final rocket? Am I missing a rocket somewhere? Maybe it's refueling available rockets. Interesting. I'm not sure that other rocket is gone. I don't see it anywhere here. Ah, there it is. I just missed it. What a simpleton I am. Anyways, let's prioritize this one. Actually, this one's now ready to launch, so let's launch it. Yeah, there we go. It's taken off already. That one's waiting for fuel.
Research complete.
Now I've got a single fuel refinery here. I've got a moisture evaporator. I probably want to get a few more of those moisture evaporators if I can. Yes, this one is traveling to Earth, that one's traveling to Earth, and this one is of course traveling to Mars. Now I do of course have a few Stirling generators here. And as you can see, I should be able to easily hook these up. So let's at least connect those up. Otherwise I just keep them in reserve, and don't really need to do that. Research completed. Nice. Let's do this one here. Actually increase in capacity, or rockets and shuttles require less fuel. Quite useful to have that one. And then of course that one afterwards. Now like I said, I'm just going to try to get as many of those as I can at this early stage. Research breakthrough is what we see listed here. Now I've got until year 100, I think it is. Is that year or day? Yeah, no, probably solar days is what we should be talking about here. I got stores here where I got quite a bit of fuel already stored. This one does actually require some maintenance. Machine parts. Now what have we got here in terms of machine parts? What are we doing in terms of machine parts? We are producing 2 and we're using 1.5 for maintenance. Electronics, we're using 0.8 for maintenance, and luckily I still got a bit of reserve here, so that's good. That one's gotten back to Earth now. And I said that I want to basically get an extra rocket out here. So let's get a couple of those moisture evaporators on there. 1 or 2 more drone hubs. Get another fuel refinery on there. What else do I want to put on there? Well, it's using up some funding, but it's not that much. I want to basically get a few more of those Explorer ones. So, remote controlled vehicle that transports commands and repairs drones. Yeah, great to have, but really the RC Explorer is probably the one I want to basically put on here. And yeah, I'm filling it up with 4 of them because I want to basically use the extra research they generate to boost my research on the planet. Quite expensive, these RC Explorers, as you can see. Is there an incremental cost to them? No, it doesn't look like it. They're basically at the same cost each. But, yeah, still, great. Let's launch it. At least it's heading this way. It's just purely filled with prefabs and so forth, which we'll be able to utilize shortly. Right, this RC Explorer. Is there anything to explore that we can actually do in here? I don't see any particular explorable locations here as such, except for up there. Okay, let's leave that as is for the moment. Metal production is at 3. Maintenance and metal consumption. Okay. So I've got another metal location here, so I can actually build another metal extraction location here. That would actually work. Very high grade metal there. Power required. Yeah, makes sense. We're extracting it over here. What have we got in here? We got, of course, a space bar, which is operated by a scientist, a engineer. So there's a bit of a mix of people within here, which is good. We got, of course, dedicated medics here in the actual infirmary. Here, of course, we got a grocer where we got a scientist as well as an engineer working there. Yeah, hopefully a couple of those people that don't necessarily have any specific specialities would be quite useful to use there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the brand new one. Is that correct? This one is traveling to Mars. This is the one with passengers. Perfect. So this one is basically the one that we want to basically set down here, I think. Here we go. Like I said, it's full of passengers, so yeah, we just need to get those passengers off of the ship before it actually lands. Alright, that one's back on the way to Earth. Perfect. Is this one full yet? No, not yet. It looks like. It's a bit of a pity. Now I do, of course, have to build a few of these
New
dump
colonists
sites.
have arrived.
Right, a few dedicated dump sites there. Plus, what else do I need? Is that slowly filling up with more colonists? Yeah, extra colonists are already on there. Full shift. Have I got unemployed people of vacant work slots? It's 4, and vacant residence slots is also 4. Okay. Interesting. Officer. Interesting. Good. These slots are slowly filling up, which is also nice to see. Another officer. Maybe I want to basically build another one of those security stations in here. Keeps the unsavory elements away, which of course is always nice to see. Ah, they're actually bringing in fuel. So it looks like this one's actually refueling quicker than the other one. Could it be to do with the fact that this one's just outside of the range? Yes, it probably is. So one of the things I want to do here then is I basically want to build a fuel storage here. Dedicated fuel storage, so at least we can use that. And then I probably also want to build another drone hub. Actually, I've already got one drone hub here. But the drone hub has got 6 drones only. Yeah, so it's not really a large number, but yeah, any little bit of course is welcome. That one here, let's actually load that up from over there. With fuel. Hold on. That one is got all the relevant bits in there that we basically just asked for. So let's let it land over there. Again, loading up with fuel. And then we're basically going to dump those off at that new location. Perfect, that should do the trick. And of course I do also want to build, of course, a new one of those recharge stations. Right next to there, perfect. And this one we can of course steadily start filling up with, of course, the relevant bits and pieces. Now we did of course talk about living quarters. Now, apartments I cannot do yet, I basically haven't got the technology for that yet. School of course is an option. Research lab is an option. Marshall University is an option. Casino complex. Yeah, okay, is an option. Let's go for the open air gym though. Let's get some entertainment for the people. Plus of course some yeah, good healthy stuff that they can do. We're also going to build a grocer.
Sector scanned.
What else do we want to build in here? Not only a grocer, but we also want to have some entertainment. So we're going to build a diner. And we're also then going to build something green. So we're going to basically put a small alleys in there, I think. That'd be nice to see. And what else would be useful to have in there? Research lab? Maybe? Yeah. So let's go for that. Perfect.
Cable fault reported.
More of those recharge stations are always welcome. Particularly in this region here. Right, let's get another ship full of passengers, colonists. Can I get 2? No, I can only get 1 because of course all the other ships are here already. That one's almost full, that one is less full, okay. Alright, let's get this one here then to go back here. Let's just set it to recharge for the moment being. Probably what I also want to do is maybe get a second fuel production site up and running. Fuel refinery. As you can see, I've got a second one already in store. I just need to hook it up. There we go. Now I probably also do need a second Moxie because yeah, what is a planet like this without having a Moxie in place? Alright, a second Moxie here. A moisture evaporator. Again, a useful addition here as well. And what can we also do? Of course, we can actually extend those pipes. So let's let the pipes follow exactly where we are with all these other bits, and I can put another water evaporator right next to it. Ship is en route. Perfect. The one here is actually at low priority, I would say. This one's pretty much almost, well, pretty much full. It's almost full, I should. Probably better words of saying it. So this one is almost good to go. Sweet, it's ready to lift off. Go. In here, of course, we do want to basically get a second set of the living quarters, but I'm going to basically pass that up for now. I do want to basically put something else in there. It's quite useful to have. Actually reduce the water consumption. But yeah, I guess for the moment we're just going to leave it as is. Traveling to Mars. This is basically traveling to Earth. That one's producing 1. That one's producing 1. That one's also producing 1. Yeah, so overall hourly production is 6.4. Total demand is also 6.4. Right, perfect. So these guys here should help me with, of course, the
Sector scan.
production in terms of research.
We gather here today
Cool.
to bid a final farewell to one of our finest.
We gather here today to say our final farewell to one of our finest. As difficult and painful as it must be, accept that Dale Dayton is dead. As friends, as a community, we express our sadness. We acknowledge our loss, acknowledge the great importance of Dale Dayton's life. Dale Dayton's life has been a journey towards a vision, a journey that brought us all towards the possibility of living on the Red Planet. One small step at a time, Dale didn't try to make his mark in human history, for there's no room for attempts in success. Dale Dayton knew that the calling of faith was. He knew the risks and the opportunity and made the best of it for the good of us all. What is it that takes a person through all of this is a question that we can answer. This is a question whose answer is the spirit of Dale Dayton. And this is a legacy, of course, to us. Effect, Dale Dayton has died. Cause, old age. Hint, each time a colonist dies from a non-natural death, 2 applicants leave the pool. Non-natural. Well, this is, of course, natural. This is old age. Right, have we got anything that we can scan here? I don't see anything scannable at the moment here.
Research complete.
Well, we should see we now got extra points here, explorer points, because we got those extra explorers. But there seems to be a cap on there. At least that's what it looks like, because I thought we were going to get extra 100 per explorer, which we're not getting. So they get a performance boost when they're actually in their speciality. Fuel compression. Cargo space is increased. Interesting. Okay. What is this? Ah, a recharge station. Nice. So this is, of course, full of people. Alright, let's let that one land. Let's make sure, again, I got a sufficient power production in place to be able to accommodate all of this. I'm going to build 1 or 2 extra
Pipe
of these
leak reported.
stations.
New colonists have arrived.
Nice. Now I do, of course, want to have a site for more food storage. So if I can maybe move some food over here, that of course is quite welcome. Again, storing food here should be a relatively quick and easy one to do. It does make our life a bit easier here anyways. Food storage right next to the dome, maybe that's a good idea as well. But one of the key things we also want to have here is, of course, the rare metal deposit. Let's build a few of those here. So at least we can get that up and running, making sure that everything goes fine. Here, of course, we got another RC rover. Just going to park it on there on the line so at least we can see that recharging. Perfect. Still the scans are going ahead. as it is to be expected. The key thing I wanted to see here is of course the fact that these people are getting their materials out. So these people have got no specialization, as you can see. This shop here should be up and running as well. This place here is of course the open air gym.
Pipe leak reported.
Carries passengers, is that correct? From Earth, can travel back to Earth when refueled. So this one's refueled, so let's send it back. Of course these ships here are steadily filling up. I'm going to prioritize that one, at least I can send something back already. And these are actually full. Interesting.
Sector scanned.
I didn't realize they were full, but okay. Alright, let's build another production site for concrete. 100 and... okay, so that's...
Cable fault reported.
183.
Research complete.
That seems to be getting the best out of there at least. Let's at least hook this up to power. Let's get that power line up and running. At least we're going to be able to get that concrete from here as well. So this one's ready to go back. There we go. Traveling to Earth. There is a leak here as we saw. Is that correct? No, this one needs maintenance. Can repair it with metal. Now, I'm not sure why we're not doing it. Are we short of metal or anything? No, we actually have quite a bit of metal here. And we're actually producing 10. So we're producing more than we're actually consuming, which is great. Research completed. Now, research lab. Interesting, okay. So we're getting a booster from there as well. That's good. Let's get that one on the queue. Perfect. Now, this one, of course, should get a relatively high priority. Have we got a tech yet for building that other building type? I don't think so. Right, this one still has got all of its drones here. That one is of course in the range of that dome, which is great. Yeah, it requires power 5. It also requires maintenance. If I look at this number here, machine parts for maintenance required is 1.9. We actually got 2. Fuel, we're steadily building up a supply of that again. We also got electronics production here. Now let's have a look at the actual electronics production. We believe we actually still have one of those. Oh, look at that. Low G engineering is required to unlock this, which is a bigger dome basically. That is quite interesting. Apartments I can already build, which is more condensed housing. Okay. Let's build us some of that. Let's then also get that production site up and running. So of course production falls underneath production here. And from there we can actually take our electronics factory. Get that up and running as well. It's prefab, so it doesn't actually require our extra resources for it. But it does of course need extra workers there. Right, that one's good to go. Takeoff in progress. Let's request that maintenance here. Requiring concrete, which is fine, not a problem. overall. Looks nice.
Sector
So this can actually
scan.
have more
Anomaly
people
found.
residing in there. So it can actually accommodate
Now
24
that the
as opposed
most
to what we had
critical
earlier.
phase of the mission is behind us, we would argue it's a good time to start focusing on our mission evaluation goals.
Right, we have 40, the goal is to have 40 technologies researched at Sol 100. Currently researched technologies stands at 18. Now, okay, interesting. I do of course want to get an extra rocket of passengers then. Let's get that on the way here. More people can live here then. Building not working. Interesting, why not? It has malfunctioned. Okay, so it should be getting metals through here relatively easily. But it hasn't actually sent them through yet. Let's actually put a little bit of a metal storage here. We can of course extract more metals here if we wanted to. It might maybe be useful to start building one of those tunnels. Life support. Is the tunnel here? No. Ooh, a fungal farm. That is quite interesting. Produce food. Now, how much actually does that require? Does it require people? Single shift work, okay. Base production is 5. Okay. That's quite interesting to see. Not sure how long it will take to get all of that up and running, but okay, that's fine. This of course is a Moxie. So that one's up and running all the time. That's a fuel refinery, another fuel refinery. So again, bits and pieces are taking place in there.
Research complete. Milestone achieved.
Now, inactive work shift, interesting. Why does it say that? Okay, we've done this one here. Systematic training. Scientists and botanists have a 10% performance when working in their specialty. Okay, that's good to see. And life from Mars. More applicants will start to appear on Earth. That's of course always welcome. That's of course always welcome. Alright, I guess going forward we will be able to build one of those bigger domes. We've achieved a milestone. Research a breakthrough, which is Sol 46 when we did it. Great.
Funding received.
Ah, rare metals exports. Did I actually put them on the ship? Did I? I didn't think I did, but I guess I did. We're producing 1.6. So let's open this up for a second shift as well on there. Again, sending this crew down here.
Pipe leak reported.
Pipe leak. Is that maybe due to the
New
dust that we basically had
colonists
all
have
coming up?
arrived.
Not sure, possibly. Now, because of basically the composition of what we got here, we will want to basically also build a security station. Probably not really that relevant in these smaller stations, but yeah, we just want to make sure we get sufficient people and so forth to be around here as well.
Sector scanned.
Alright, sector's been scanned. Set more scanning targets to be on there on that queue as well. Let's go and scan that item there. Perfect. Research per day. Nice number already. No speciality. Can I take people from the other buildings or other domes and set them to work on here? So that's a medic. That is, it doesn't say, geologist, medic, botanist, scientist. Right, can I allocate this to a different location? Set residence. And he actually is walking there. Yeah. I can actually tell him to move to the different locations. That is cool. Okay, I don't, I've got here a research station. What I don't have here is a medical facility. So an infirmary. So let's build that one in here as well.
Anomaly analyzed. Research complete.
This one still needs metals, and metals seems to be a bit of an issue here. Crowdfunding, interesting. Low G hydrosynthesis. Life from Mars. Gets me extra colonists. Great addition to, of course, get that kind of stuff done.
There's more to the barren environs of
Right,
the Red Planet.
this will be the
than
last
meets
bit we're going to do here. There's more to the barren
veritable
environs
treasure trove
of the Red Planet than meets
undiscovered
the eye.
knowledge and wonder.
A veritable
So
treasure
long as
trove
you know
of undiscovered
where to
knowledge
look.
and wonder, so long as you know where to look. Even the tiniest, simple-looking rock can contain the answers to the mysteries which have perplexed the human mind for generations. Sometimes it just takes a simple discovery to assure us of the vastness of the universe. An encouragement to make us look beyond the boundaries of our existence and into the future. Effect: the following texts have been revealed on the research screen: dust repulsion, factory AI, gene adaptation, Martian patents, and of course smart home. Nice. Look at all of these nice ones here. Solar panels are gradually cleaned from dust when close, resulting in less frequent maintenance. Well, that's quite nice to have. Supportive community, lots of stuff here like gene adaptation for the food production, it looks like. Nice.
Pipe leak reported.
Right, that is a transport, and that transport of course can pick up irrelevant bits. Now it would have said that basically we should pick up some metal, but I don't see any metal in store here at the moment. Have we got any store of metal? We should do. It says we got 131. Makes you wonder where. 131 of metal. Now we did create a bit of a deposit up here, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's probably the deposit that we're talking about. So this one here is going to pick up these resources here, the metals, and then we're probably also going to have to bring in these ones here, another 90. So yeah, let's make sure that that is running quickly. Entirely forgot about those there. Oh well, we'll get there. It's a relatively quick, clean and quick job to get this done. Alright, let's get this loaded up here as well. Building is not working, okay. It's to do with the fact, of course, I don't have sufficient capacity or storage, however you want to put it. Let's build a metal deposit here as well. Alright, let's unload this here. Right, once it's unloaded, that should make life a bit easier. Carries people back to and from Earth. So that's fully been reloaded. Nice to see that. And again, we want to load this up with, of course, the latest batch. Nice. Alright, we're picking that up now. As you can see on the route. Now, have we got rare metals? Yeah, we do have got one, as you can see.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Alright, an RC rover. Looks like it's going to take a bit of effort to get there, which is fine. And then of course we can actually unload this here quite easily as well. Anyways guys, looks like a good time for us to call it a day. So exactly what we're going to do here is we're going to save the game. Brand new save game. And this of course is YouTube number 6. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. And of course look forward to seeing you in the next one. In the meantime, take care. Bye bye.